What's going on, guys? RVG here, back with another Marvel video. I figured I'd give you one of those 2-in-1 videos since the subjects exist under the same brand. Not to mention that I felt like I had to combine them anyways because this video would have been too short. A brother is broke out here in these YouTube streets, so it's very important that I make it past that 10-minute mark for extra mid-roll ads. With the icy cold marketing for Marvel's Avengers finally picking up steam and the recent rumors of Marvel Spider-Man having a possible release for holiday 2021, it seems like the red and white Marvel brand has officially pulled their chair up to the cool kids table of AAA games. Speaking of the Marvel brand, I gotta give a big shout out to today's sponsor, Marvel Collect by Topps. Marvel Collect enables the players to experience a world where they can collect and trade their favorite characters on digital trading cards. We're talking any and everything Marvel, whether it be comics or the MCU. You want it, they got it. By simply spinning the card wheel, you have a guaranteed chance of winning a new card to add to your collection. And it doesn't stop there. Why not utilize your favorite deck to complete missions to unlock even more awesome rewards? Or spruce up your profile with a new avatar and connecting with other players and following them. The sky's the limit on the things you can do. I really love how Marvel Collect rewards me with free collectibles just by simply logging in every day, and I receive daily currency boosts to increase pack opening power. From Ant-Man to X-Men, the Marvel Universe is at your fingertips. If you want to find some rare cards, you can follow and trade with me. My account name is the same as my YouTube name. I got some nice base tier 2 cards like the Hulk and Winter Soldier that I'm ready to trade off. So come and join me. You can download the app for free right now by clicking the link in the description box below. But as I was saying, 2018 Spider-Man was Marvel's foray with a high-budget AAA title, and it looks like this new Avengers game is going to be continuing that business practice. And I feel like this is really paying off for them. For better or worse, people are still talking about the Avengers game and are eager to see if it'll be a success or a major flop as they assumed it would be. And fans of Insomniac Spider-Man are concerned on if the sequel will be featured on the PS4 or exclusively on the PS5. We recently got a few leaks talking about how Spider-Man 2 would have an even bigger map that expands from Brooklyn to Queens and be partially set in the winter, and how the story will feature some kind of quote-unquote cloning arc and expand the roster of villains to include famous names like Venom, Green Goblin, Carnage, Mysterio, the Lizard, and Cardiac. And other things included Miles Morales playing a more important role in the story and offering a different style, but Peter Parker will still be the focus of the game. All of these interesting details gave me even more incentive to believe that Marvel Spider-Man 2 was well on its way. That's until I came across something that made me rethink my assumptions. And that's the possibility that Insomniac might not be working on a Spider-Man 2. Now, I just want to clarify that this is just a rumor, but it comes from a very trustworthy site in the form of PushSquare.com. But this rumor is regarding a new installment in the Ratchet & Clank series that could possibly serve as one of the launch titles for the PS5. The article states, and I quote, "Prior to the release of Marvel Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4 remake of Ratchet & Clank was Insomniac Games' most successful game. Since purchasing the Burbank-based developer, Sony's been very clear in iterating that the Lombax has a big future ahead of him, and now rumors are swirling that the platform holder is lining up a PlayStation 5 iteration for the next-gen console's launch this holiday. Sacred Symbols host Colin Moriarty has been hinting at the existence of a new Ratchet & Clank for a little while now, but since it's never been officially announced, he believes that it's been converted to the PS5. Speaking on his podcast, he said, "I feel like the game's going to be a launch game, the Ratchet & Clank game that's long been in development at Insomniac. It makes sense, of course. Ratchet & Clank is not only a popular series, but it's also the perfect property to showcase the power of Sony's new hardware. Furthermore, the franchise is highly marketable with identifiable characters that could very well comprise a big part of the PS5's marketing campaign." Assuming this rumor is true, then we're very excited indeed, because you can be sure Insomniac's going to really push the boat out here. Now, it's no secret that the Ratchet & Clank series is one of Sony's most popular exclusives. Insomniac's been releasing these bangers since the days of the PS2. The most recent entry was tied to a movie, and while that movie was a failure at the box office, the game sold extremely well. Like, that game is still one of the best looking PS4 titles I've ever seen. If you ever want a game that's going to be pushing the PS4's 4K settings to its absolute limits, then I highly recommend you playing the latest Ratchet game. There was so much love put into that game. Like, the developers at Insomniac were working in close tandem with the film's animators and would send each other the assets for both the game and the movie, which explains why the game looks like a freaking Pixar movie, man. But anyways, I'm pretty sure the Ratchet & Clank fanbase would lose their ever-loving minds if Sony announced that there would be a sequel/launch title for the PS5. But I don't think the Marvel Spider-Man fandom would be too thrilled to hear that a cartoony Lombat is getting a game before their favorite Marvel superhero. There are so many things to be worried about if this just so happens to be true, like which upcoming title is Insomniac's main priority, and will that prioritized title slow down the other title's development, causing it to take longer to come out. I'm pretty sure both respective fandoms have been praying for a follow-up to both of these series. While I'm very much looking forward to Marvel Spider-Man 2, I can understand if this new Ratchet game comes out first. It's been well over 4 years since the most recent game, game came out, while Spider-Man for the PS4 will see its 2-year anniversary in September. So yeah, that's a bit of a downer. But then again, considering the fact that Sony has acquired Insomniac, they may be able to outsource more staff members to work on both titles at once. They've been buying a lot of studios, so I wouldn't be surprised if the employee count has doubled since they bought Insomniac. So we could be looking at a 2020 release for the newest Ratchet & Clank game, followed by a holiday 2021 release for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Whatever Insomniac has cooked up for us, I'm pretty sure it's going to be another banger that's sure to help the PS5 sell lots of units. But moving on to our next topic of Marvel's Avengers. You guys have been asking me profusely to cover the trophy achievements that were leaked a couple weeks ago via exophase.com. I've been trying to avoid mentioning anything about this because I hate to contribute to spoiling things for those who are looking forward to the game, not to mention that this game has already been getting its fair share of flack. So if there are any of you guys out there who want to avoid being spoiled by these leaks, I suggest you click away right now. So yeah, about these leaks. I just gotta be honest with you guys, this is a little unbearable and somewhat predictable. Presumably, since the game was supposed to come out in May, a total of 50 achievements were leaked to the general public, and that's a small number for a AAA title. But then again, Marvel Spider-Man had a total of 51 trophies during its launch and an additional 23 trophies after the release of its DLC missions. Also, since the Avengers title is going to be a games as a service, I'm pretty sure its achievements are going to double. One of the biggest spoilers in this list is the quote-unquote New Girl Makes Good trophy, which reveals that MODOK and the Kree are set to play major roles as the campaign's primary villains, with the former presumably working behind the scenes as a puppet master to the A-Day attack seen in the game's opening moments. And I'm not gonna lie, this one was partially obvious. Like, you can't include the evil organization AIM without involving the face of their company, MODOK. If you've been following my coverage on the tie-in comics from Marvel's Avengers, then you know that MODOK does in fact exist in this universe. We saw him walking around in his human form, George Tarleton, a technical engineer who isn't that high on Bruce and Dr. Monocle's relationship. We didn't get a chance to see him fully transform into his giant head form, so I'm expecting that to play out in the campaign or at least in one of the later comics. Something that I didn't know was that we'd be seeing the Kree in this game, and how dumb of me not to assume that they would be included when there was an obvious link we've been seeing in all of the trailers, and that's the Terrigen Crystal. This thing is literally the Kree's legacy. Millions of years ago, the Kree visited Earth and experimented with a group of primitive humans. They eventually left the humans expecting them to die, but the test subjects and their descendants would go on to form a society of their own isolated from the rest of humanity. They developed powers and became known as the Inhumans. And Kamala Khan just so happens to be one of their descendants. So I don't know how I didn't see this coming. I guess I was expecting the game's story to be more grounded like Marvel Spider-Man was, but when you see the Avengers, you just know some crazy intergalactic stuff is gonna happen. Since we're getting the Kree, I'm expecting to see Ronan the Accuser in some form or fashion. He recently appeared in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, so it'll be cool to see him in another Marvel game that's more realistic. But anyways, there's another leak that may come as a surprise, but I think it's obvious, and it's the fact that Captain America is still alive. Like, you'd have to be pretty gullible if you thought that they really kill him off completely. He's too iconic and his gameplay looks too promising for him just to be axed off during a tutorial mission now. His survival was revealed in a trophy titled Welcome Back Old Friend, so yeah. But anyways guys, I know these two topics are a bit dated, but I just had to give my 2 cents on them, and you guys really enjoy hearing what I have to say, and I love informing you. But what do you think about all of this? Do you think Insomniac could be putting Spidey 2 on the back burner? And what do you think about the spoilers for Marvel's Avengers? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I ask that you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will help me improve on my channel. But if you really enjoyed it, I'd appreciate it if you shared it with all your friends and followers on different social media outlets. Sharing really makes a difference. But this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.